Hello, my name is Chrissy Miga, and I'm the K-6 Director of Instruction in West Irondequoit. This PowerPoint has been created as a resource to help you as a parent or guardian better understand the standards and concepts your first grade child is currently learning about during distance learning. This is only to help clarify concepts for you and not meant as a replacement for any of the work your child's teacher is providing. This PowerPoint, created by our K-12 core curriculum supervisors, will review the essential standard focus for April and explain the standard focus for May. On this slide, you see the essential standards for ELA, Math, Science, and Social Studies for the end of April and through the month of May. Essential standards are the learning standards that have been identified as the most important for your child to learn during this time of distance learning. All first grade teachers are creating at-home learning using the same essential standards documents in order to provide consistency across our 6 K-3 buildings. Each question you see represents a standard your child is working on during distance learning. We know that each family has their own needs right now, so if you need help prioritizing the work sent from school, try to prioritize the reading and math first. Science and social studies provide many great hands-on learning experiences. However, please know we recognize that you and your family are doing the best that you can. You can always work with your child's classroom teacher to prioritize the work as well. On the following slides, our K-12 curriculum supervisors will explain the essential standards for each core content area, as well as provide examples.
Hi, my name is Brenna Farrell. I'm the K-12 ELA curriculum supervisor, and I'd like to just take a couple minutes to talk to you a little bit about some of the skills and concepts that we have prioritized at grade 1. So our essential question at grade 1 is really what does it look like to build skills for fluent reading and writing? And some of our guiding questions are how can we immerse ourselves in the sounds that make up syllables and words? And secondly, how can we practice reading, writing, and discussing books every day? And so I just want to take a minute to talk about this first guiding question around how we build a child's awareness to sounds and the various sounds that make up words and how we correspond sounds with various letters. There are a number of different activities that you can do at home in order to raise your child's awareness to sounds. One is a clapping out syllable game. So just simply be clapping out the syllables to different words and then asking your child how many syllables are in a word. So for example, if the word is love, love has one syllable. Another thing, it's really important to continue those read alouds and especially reading aloud nursery stories, rhyming books, and then also challenging your child to find words that rhyme with one another. For example, what rhymes with the word? Another activity to do at home is simply drawing attention to the various sounds and words and prompting your child to think about the sounds that they hear at the very beginning of the word, the sound that they hear at the middle of a word, and then the sound that they hear at an end of the word. For example, if the word is love, I might say to my child, now what sound do you hear at the beginning? And I would hope the response would be L. And then lastly, another activity to build sound awareness, you can use Cheerios or any small object around the house, and you would have a child take a word and simply break that word up according to sounds. For example, the word is cap, app. And there are 3 sounds in cap, and so you would hope the child would use 3 Cheerios to represent those sounds. Lastly, when we think about reading, writing, and talking about text, this is the act of reading books, listening to books, and looking at books together. It's about talking about what you're reading, asking questions like who are the characters, what are they doing, what's the main idea of the book, It's about writing, so journaling about how you're feeling, what you're reading, journaling about what the weather is like, and especially during the time we're in right now, it's a great opportunity to write letters to neighbors and friends and to keep in close contact. So I'll leave you with these three things. Read, write, and talk about texts every single day with your child, and play some games. Play some games around sounds.
Hello, this is Barb Harford, the K-12 Mathematics Supervisor. In April, students in first grade math are learning about time, coins, and measuring. Students are reading and writing time measured in the hour and half hour. Time is read from both analog, old-fashioned clocks, and digital clocks. Time can be incorporated into your daily discussions, such as determining meal time and activity times. Students in first grade learn to identify all coins and their value. They speak of them in cents. For example, students would identify a nickel and know that it is worth 5 cents. Measurement in first grade is not done with a ruler. It is done with common straight objects. You can use paper clips, pencils, or other straight items you have in your home. Students would measure and state how many items long it is. For example, in the picture in the top, the pencil is 5 paper clips long, and students would describe it this way. First grade students add and subtract within 20 and show their thinking in many ways. They solve one-step word problems that involve situations. They compare and think about patterns that they already know. They put numbers together and then they take them apart. Problems can and should be represented by using objects, drawings, and sometimes equations. In May, students will explore shapes and create new shapes. This is a great place to get creative. Have students use squares, circles, rectangles, and triangles to draw characters, buildings, and let them get creative. You can also have them identify shapes around the house. Throughout the remainder of the year, students should practice their math facts. Students learn facts by memorizing, using strategies, and from patterns that they already know. As they are learning their facts, they do not need to be timed. In fact, as they practice, give them time to remember. Students may also use their finger. Research is pretty clear that using your finger gets facts into your long-term memory. Be on the lookout for the resources that your teachers are providing to engage students in these activities, and enjoy exploring the world of mathematics with your child.
Hello, my name is Kim Crystal, and I am the K-12 Social Studies Curriculum Supervisor. The most important part of social studies in first grade is for students to understand what it means to be a positive and engaged member of their communities and families. As students prepare to move into grade 2, they should have a good understanding of their rights and responsibilities as a community and family member. Students should also have a basic concept of culture, specifically within their families. While teachers have been and will continue providing materials to support students' learning and understanding of these essential concepts, you can also support your students' learning by using simple discussion questions. In April, as students were considering the importance of being a responsible member of the community, you may consider using questions like, what are your responsibilities at home? What are your rights? And how can you help your friends and family when you're apart? In May, when students start their study of culture, you may consider using questions like, what matters most to us as a family? What are our family traditions? And what are items that represent my family? If you are prioritizing ELA and math, you can try to use these questions anytime, like at mealtimes, to have an informal conversation about these concepts.
Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Brooker and I'm the K-12 Science Curriculum Supervisor. I'm excited to share with you the concepts that our Grade 1 scientists have been and will be studying this spring. Our work began with the study of structure and function, namely how animals use their body structures to survive. This conversation can be easily extended to observations in your front yard. For example, watch how the robin uses its beak to get food, an earthworm, from the soil. Observe how the robin then uses its wings to fly through the air to transport this food to its nest to share with offspring. Recall a trip to the Seneca Park Zoo where elephants can be observed using their trunks to obtain water, grasp food, and smell. Finally, consider a nonfiction book you are sharing. Discuss the body structures on the animals in the story that help them to survive. As spring progresses, we'll begin our study of patterns and cycles in space. In particular, students will be learning about how the positions of the sun, moon, and stars change over time. What a great time of year for such questions as, where do we see the sun appear to rise? Where do we see the sun appear to set? Does this happen at the same time each day? Similarly, children can observe changes in the appearance of the moon over the course of a month. Does the shape change? If so, how? How often does the moon appear full? Both of these units afford children many wonderful opportunities to observe and discuss our natural world. Thank you for your support of our science curriculum at home.
Thank you for taking the time to review this presentation. If you have any follow-up questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us via the emails listed on this slide. We hope that you and your family are staying healthy and well. As K-6 Director of Instruction, I'd like to thank our curriculum supervisors, principals, and especially our teachers in helping to make these standards come to life for our students. Take care.